little Brushaflies, welcome back to my channel, Brushafly MUA. If you're new here, hi. I'm Mercedes, I'm the face behind Brushafly MUA, and if you are new, remember to hit that subscribe button, and if you're not, welcome back. So, today is something a bit different, and I kind of got the idea from Kelly Gooch's channel. She does like a brand makeover, like what she thinks a brand should do to make that brand better, or you know, just a bit more appealing. So I'm going to do something like that today on the Honest Beauty brand by Jessica Alba. I do want to quickly just mention that this is just a critique. I am not slagging off the brand. I actually really love Honest Beauty by Jessica Alba, but I hear so little of it on the internet that I think that she could do more, or maybe change things to make it bigger and for people to flock to it more, because I think it is actually a really good brand and I do enjoy most of the products, but you just don't hear anything about it. And you know, this is not to slag off the brand or to slate it. You know, I don't own a brand myself. I don't know how difficult it is. I don't know the ins and outs. This is just my opinion as a consumer. So yeah, I'm gonna dive straight in, but please take this with a pinch of salt. It's just my ideas and what I think they could maybe do to improve the brand. But you know, it's still quite a good brand, so they don't really need to do much if they don't want to. And actually, they don't even have to listen to me. But it's just my idea. So, Honest Beauty is a brand that I feel is just sort of in the background of the beauty industry. Like, Jessica Alba does post quite a bit on Instagram, but on YouTube it's not really mentioned very much. I remember last year when I found all of the Honest Beauty products I own in TK Maxx, I went online, typed it into YouTube, and I think there was a handful of videos. There wasn't very many videos out there reviewing it, so I was a bit like, why is that? And number one, I think it's because Jessica Alba is quite private. I don't think she's too in your face. Yes, she has her brand and she wants her followers that like her and enjoy her thinking and way of life, that, you know, she's just a bit like, well, they're here, if they want it they can have it. She's not pushing it too much. Yes, on her Instagram page she is using her products, she does show them off, but she's not in your face about it. She's not like, oh my god, let's send it here, let's send it there, let's advertise here, let's do this. There is none of that, which I find personally a little bit strange. If you have a business like that, I mean, I don't know what it's like over in America. Maybe she does advertise a bit more over there, but in the UK, I mean, I hadn't even heard of it until I went to TK Maxx. I saw it and I was like, oh, what's Honest Beauty? Googled it, Jessica Alba's brand. And what I also find a little bit confusing is when I was Googling it and I went to her website, she doesn't just do makeup and beauty products or skincare. She does like nappies and other random bits and bobs. So when you go on the website, it's not like a beauty based brand, it's a clean brand that does this. Like, if I was a parent over in America and I knew about the nappies, I probably wouldn't still necessarily know about the makeup, if that makes sense. It's just, I don't know whether she should have had two separate brands, and this is the nappy brand and this is this, and then this is the makeup brand and this is this. I don't know. Maybe it works for her. I don't know the figures behind the scenes, so you know, it could be working really well for her, but as a consumer in the UK, I just found it quite confusing that nappies and makeup were as one. So as I said before, Honest Beauty is not really spoken about very much on YouTube. So Tati Westbrook did a video on her channel where she had Jessica Alba and they were going through the makeup. I mean, at the time, Tati was huge. She still is, but she was at her peak a few years ago when Jessica Alba went on there. So maybe she didn't really need to advertise as much because she went on the Tati Glam Life Guru's channel. Maybe that was an advertisement in itself and she didn't really need to pay for anything else because so many people have watched that and been like, we're going to try Honest Beauty. But although Tati is a huge personality, not everyone follows her. I mean, I do. I love Tati and I'm always watching her videos. Hence, I knew that Jessica Alba had been on there. But not everyone does. So, you know, you're not going to reach everyone that you could potentially reach and get to love your brand. So I feel there's definitely a lack in the whole advertisement side of things. Like, there's nothing that I see in magazines. Other than her posts on Instagram, I don't see anything sort of promoting it on Instagram or social media. So, you know, maybe she could try and advertise it a little bit more. Then maybe she doesn't want to. Maybe she's quite happy. But if that was my brand, personally, because you would want it to do well. I mean, she's got money from her acting and other stuff, so maybe she doesn't necessarily need it to make her millions, but she's quite happy the way it is. But for someone else who owns a brand like that, you would want to really push and, you know, get it out there and make the most you could. So I would definitely want to advertise. I would, you know, want to reach my target audience. So what ideas do I actually have that I think the Honest Beauty brand could do to maybe help it along? And that is to keep their packaging all the same. So yes, I do actually have some of the older products in my collection. They may have updated their packaging, but obviously because it's not very widely sold in the UK, it's very hard for me to compare. So if I say something and you're like, mate, she's already done that, please let me know in the comments. But also, you know, just understand that because I can't see it where I live, you know, she may have updated the packaging and it may all be uniform. And that is the thing. I think it should be uniform across all products. Take, for instance, the blush. I love this. This is my favourite blush ever. The formula of this is absolutely beautiful. It is stunning. It goes on the skin so well. It blends out nice and easily. Just gives you a really nice blushed from like glow from within. I am blushing because I'm feeling hot. Or, you know, it just gives you a really nice flush. And I really enjoy this texture, this formula. Beautiful. But I also really like the packaging. You get a cute little mirror. And it's plastic, and it's just a nice size that it fits nicely into your hand. But the whole plastic compact, I really like. It feels weighty, it feels luxurious. Mine's dirty, but it's easy to kind of clean. Then with the eyeshadow palette, it's cardboard, which is not easy to clean. It's easily damaged. It just doesn't feel as luxurious. Like, I would have much preferred the same sort of packaging compact idea, just bigger. Or if she wanted to keep to the cardboard, you know, do it across all of it. Don't have plastic for this one and cardboard for this one. I know it's a bit kinder to the planet for it to be cardboard, easier to recycle, but I think it should be uniform across the board. If you're going to have plastic for one, have plastic for the other, or if you're going to have cardboard for one, have cardboard for the other. I just feel it's very, not confusing, but it kind of is. It's like a confused brand. I want to be kind to the planet, so I'm going to be cardboard, but then at the same time I want to be trendy, so I'm going to be plastic. You know, I mean, it's very hard to clean, this one. And actually, I recently decluttered this one. Yes, it's still in my possession because I wanted it for this video, but I just feel packaging should be the same. Now, take for instance the lipsticks. Yes, this is a cream lipstick, so it's in a twisty tube. That works well. This one is a liquid lip, so it's in the plasticky tube, but they kind of marry together in the fact that the white lid and the straightness of the packaging together. I can see that, I can grasp that, it's fine, but you know, they don't have like the little orange line like on this one and on the eyeshadow palette. above the Honest is an orange line, but on the lipsticks there is not. And that really confuses me, because I definitely think as a thing, overall the packaging should all marry together. It should all look the same. I mean, if I went into like a different shop, or if I was to shop online or on eBay or something, if I saw those together, I would be like, well, the logo's not exactly the same. The orange bit is not there. Is it fake? You know, has the person that makes the fake makeup mucked up because they've not completed the logo? Kind of gives me that vibe, you know. I don't really buy makeup off of eBay anymore. I used to a few years ago, and I got burnt. Like, not literally, my skin didn't burn, but I bought fake makeup and I didn't know until I got it. That, to me, if I was to shop online, I'd be like, the logos aren't the same. Is this a legit website? Is it fake? Is it this? Is it that? So that, I feel, it needs to be addressed. It should all look the same. If you're going to have the little orange line, have it on everything, not just a few items. The next thing I think she needs to do is to launch more eyeshadow palettes. So at the time of filming this, when I've had a look online, I can only ever see or find one eyeshadow palette, and that is this one. And while I think it's actually quite true to Jessica Alba, she's quite a no makeup kind of girl. She's quite a natural looking woman, you know, she's got that natural beauty that she just enhances with makeup. So, you know, yeah, she's not going to want to wear bright pink and purple, but, you know, while this is okay, it's also the only one. So it's not going to scream to everyone that may like her or enjoy her brand. Like, the formula in this is okay. It's not my favourite, hence why I decluttered it. And after this video, it will go off to wherever it goes to. But yeah, I just find the colour story quite confusing as well. Some of the tones are really, really dark, which is fine if it can work for you. But because they're quite neutral tones that are quite dark, it can be quite jarring in my eye. I think there should be, you know, if she really wants to keep with the whole neutral, natural side of makeup, she could have brought out a few of these and done like a lighter one, a medium toned one, a darker one. So then it reaches out to more people. Like, I would definitely have liked a lighter toned one, maybe not so dark, but also maybe add a splash of colour. Maybe, you know, it's her thing. She's not really a colourful eyeshadow person, but she could have just added a pop of colour to make it a little bit more appealing to a wider audience. You know, that's just my opinion. I am a very colourful makeup kind of person, so maybe I'm not her target audience with this. But I feel adding a few more, even just one more, maybe have a neutral and a colourful one, and then you can reach more people, get more people to try products from your brand. I got this because it was in TK Maxx and it was on sale, but if I was to look on her website and want to order stuff, yeah, the lipsticks and the blushes look good. This eyeshadow palette I would completely ignore and be like, I'm not ordering that. So I definitely think bring out more eyeshadow palettes. And from what I can remember, I think the formula was okay, it worked, but it's not my favourite. So maybe, I don't know, it just needs a bit more. Mascara, she does have a mascara which I've not tried, but on the website when I was having a look around, you can only seem to buy the mascara as a pair with a primer, and it's, you know, it's not the cheapest. And for me, I don't really like a lash primer. I don't think they're worth the money. Whenever I've used them, they have not enhanced my lashes in any way, and I think you should be given that choice. Buy a mascara, buy it as a pair. I don't want to have to be forced into buying a product I'm not going to use, so I think do them separately. But because she is into this whole no makeup kind of look, or maybe more muted makeup, maybe have a few mascara shades. Like brown mascara is very in at the moment. It's a lot more subtle, it's a lot more gentle, and if she likes that, maybe she could bring them out. Again, she may have brought something like that out by the time I post this video, I'm not sure, and if she has, then that's great. But at the time of filming this, I definitely think a few mascara shades and give you the choice of the lash primer. I wouldn't want to buy that. Maybe expand on the collections that are already in the brand as well. So with the blushes that I've seen online, there are like 4 cream blushes and 4 powder blushes, so that's 8 altogether, which is nice because it can cater for a range of people and skin tones, but also at the same time maybe you could expand on the colour shade. You know, they are very similar to each other, like the powder ones quite mimic the cream ones, which is fine because it's giving you the choice of a cream or a powder depending on your preference. But I think definitely expand the colour range a little bit more. Yes, she likes that whole natural makeup, so maybe she doesn't want the brightest pink on the planet. But you know, maybe a few more just to entice people in, I think could be a good way to go. And the same for lipsticks. Like the range has stayed fairly neutral and natural. I mean, the shade I do have is possibly not the most natural looking lip colour. You know, it's quite a deep shade, but you know, it's nothing too out there. You could still kind of get away with that with a natural eye look. And then the cream lipstick, I hope you can see that. Excuse all the other swatches. You know, it's nice, but again, it's very natural, which, yeah, is her style, it's her thing, but maybe expand into a few more different shades that can cater to more people, because I actually really enjoyed the liquid lipstick formula from this brand, and I think if there was a bigger range of liquid lipsticks, I would probably actually have bought quite a few more, because I did actually really enjoy it. It was a nice texture, nice formula, wore really well. But I would want more than a few handfuls of different shades. I would want something, you know, for going out, for not going out, for the school run, for this. I love a liquid lip. Like, I really do. So I definitely think expanding on the liquid lip side of things could really do well. Yes, I think sometimes, you know, with the pandemic, people weren't buying lipstick as much, but liquid lipsticks, they are awesome. Like, if you still have to wear a mask, quite often the liquid lip formula is the one that's going to wear the longest. It's not going to rub away, but also in different weathers it's going to last. It's not going to, you know, it's going to last longer. You're not going to have to keep reapplying it. So I do think like the liquid lip range should be looked at a little bit. And I do have to say, some of them look quite similar and are maybe a bit redundant. You know, if you get an eyeshadow palette and it has 10 shades in it, but 2 of them are pretty much identical and they're a bit redundant. That's what I found when I looked on the website. Maybe if I swatched them in person, they would look a little bit different. But when I had a look online, they looked very samey. And I would say very redundant. Like there was very little, like a very little degree of difference between them. So I would say shake up the liquid lips, get some cool interesting shades, draw more people in, but you can still keep it quite natural looking at the same time. So while I understand that the Honest Beauty brand is Jessica and her personal tastes, her personal preferences, she doesn't want it too in your face, she wants it quite natural makeup looking, she wants it to represent her as a person and her brand. I think that's great. It's definitely got that appeal to it, but I also think you can still keep with that, but just dip your toe out a little bit and just sort of make it so you draw more people in, because I love really vibrant makeup, but the blush from Honest Beauty I absolutely adore. But it was only on a whim at TK Maxx that I found it, picked it up, wore it and fell in love with it. You know, before that, if I'd gone on the website, I probably would have looked at it and been like, yeah, I'm a little bit bored. I possibly won't buy that. Yet, if I'd done that, I would have missed out because I have worn that so much. It's become a tippy top fave in my collection. Like, I love that blush so much, and the liquid lip. But I am a big eyeshadow palette collector, and if I go onto a website and I look at eyeshadows and their palettes and I think they look boring, it instantly sort of turns me off from other makeup. And that could just be me. Like, there are probably people out there that will go onto the Honest Beauty website and be like, this is my jam. I love it. I'm going to order everything. And if that is you, that is awesome. That is great. But I do feel like these, as my perception, as me as a consumer, this is what I would kind of like to see. Could I be a bit warped in my thinking because, you know, maybe she wants her brand to be different and not to be like everyone else is out there. You know, there's so many brands that started off with natural stuff and then, you know, they've completely changed and have fallen off the wagon a little bit. Or they have started out as completely in your face, crazy colours and everything, but now have switched to a more neutral toned kind of thing and have also fallen off the wagon. It's hard. I know it's hard, and this day and age, people's spending habits are so different to what they were a few years ago. But, you know, as a whole, I love Honest Beauty. I think Jessica has done a real great job. I did actually really enjoy the primer, which I used up a few months ago. That was stunning. I love the blush. I love the liquid lip. Yes, the creamy lipstick and the eyeshadow palette are not my favourites. But this is just my opinion, my view on this. And, you know, just take all of this with a pinch of salt. It's just a bit of fun. It's how I look at it as a consumer, how I see it, and how I think it could do better. I'm not an expert. In no means whatsoever am I an expert. But because I do shop a lot of makeup, I kind of think like my habits of spending are like this way, so maybe the brand should be that way. It's just my personal opinion. So do you have any ideas? Do you like the Honest Beauty brand? Do you think it should stay as it is? Do you have any product favourites from them? I mean, I certainly do. Let me know in the comments. And what would you change and what would you keep the same? So I hope you enjoyed this video. Yes, it's a little bit different to what I normally do, but I wanted to try something different and see how it goes. So yeah, hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up and I'll see you in the next one.